Let me ask you something. Have you ever tried to learn a new language, pick up a guitar, or finally start that side hustle, only to quit 2 weeks later because I'm just not built for this? Yeah, that's a lie. Your brain isn't a fixed piece of granite. It's a glowing, electrical ball of Play-Doh. You aren't stuck with the brain you have. You're the architect of the one you're building. Let's talk about neuroplasticity. No boring lectures, just the literal blueprint for how to rewire your head for a new life. First, forget the hardwired myth. For a century, scientists thought your brain was like concrete, poured in childhood and set forever by age 25. They were wrong. Your brain is soft-wired. Every time you think, move, or learn, you're physically changing its shape. Inside your skull are 86 billion neurons. Think of them as a massive, dense jungle. When you start a new skill, you're hacking a path through that jungle with a tiny machete. It's slow. It's exhausting. It feels impossible. That's because the path is overgrown. Second, meet the golden rule. Neurons that fire together, wire together. This is long-term potentiation, or LTP. Every time you repeat a task, you aren't just practicing. You're building a literal bridge across a gap called synapse. The more you fire that signal, the stronger the bridge gets. The first 100 times, you're struggling. The 1,000th time, the path is a paved road. The 10,000th time, it's a high-speed highway. Third, you need the speed hack. It's called Myelin. Think of Myelin as high-quality electrical tape that wraps around your brain's wires. When you practice with intense focus, your brain coats that specific pathway in this fatty insulation. This makes the electrical signal travel up to 100 times faster. This is why pros look like they aren't even trying. They aren't thinking anymore. Their signals are moving at warp speed. Fourth, the use it or lose it rule. Your brain is a greedy energy hog. It takes 20% of your body's fuel. It hates wasting power on things you don't use. If you stop practicing, your brain starts synaptic pruning. It literally snips the old wires to save energy for the new ones. Your brain isn't being mean, it's being efficient. Fifth, the plasticity trigger. You can't just go through the motions. To rewire, you need the struggle. When you're frustrated and making mistakes, your brain releases a chemical cocktail of acetylcholine and norepinephrine. These aren't just stress chemicals, they're save icons. They mark that specific pathway and tell your brain, hey, this is hard. We need to rewire this tonight. If it feels easy, you aren't changing anything. If you're struggling, you're winning. The frustration is the literal feeling of your brain beginning to change its shape. Sixth, and this is the one you're going to hate, you need sleep. You don't actually rewire your brain while you're awake. You only mark the pathways for change during the day. The actual physical construction, the bricklaying and the myelin wrapping, happens while you're dreaming. No sleep equals no save button. You can practice for 12 hours straight, but if you pull an all-nighter, you're basically building a skyscraper out of wet cardboard. It will collapse by morning. The real truth. Listen close. You aren't too old or not talented enough. You've just been trying to build a new brain without following the manual. Neuroplasticity works until the day you die. Whether you're trying to learn a code at 50 or fix a bad habit at 20, the rules of fire and wire are the same. Stop looking for a shortcut and start looking for the struggle. Focus intensely, fail repeatedly, and then sleep like it's your job. Final message. Your brain is the only piece of hardware in the world that gets better the more you use it. Don't let it rust. Rewire it.